Guys, I just wanted to recap my week and give you guys some hope. This is what everything that I've been thinking about. All right, so in the last month, I've been watching people like Candace Owen, Ben Shapiro, um, and thinking about the pandemic of pornography that is going on in our society today. I've been watching Pat Bet-David interview the new buyers or owners of Pornhub, and just seeing how much of an issue this is in society. And I'm just going to just share my heart, and just whatever rolls out, rolls out. But I believe that not enough is being done today to help men overcome lust in their life. There's many lies that men believe, and one of them being that, as I've had like probably 10 calls this week, chatted with like 100 people. The lie is I will always be stuck with this in my life. The lie is you can never overcome it. This is just a man's thing. I even had a lunch with a guy today who's in his late 40s, and he was sharing how it still comes up and how we're just men, and men have this desire. Do you really? God created you to have a sexual desire, yes, but do you think he created you to run around being horny and looking at women like objects, or struggling with freedom in your life? Like, is that really what God desired? I don't know. Like, I don't believe it. And the biggest reason men believe is because it seems like there's a very limited amount of men who are walking around in true freedom. Like, I see beautiful women all the time. Some days I'm tempted, other days I'm not. And it's actually, a lot of it is not. And the reason why is because my desires are complete. Like, think about like a bucket, a cup, right? When the cup is full, right? I don't need anything else to fill it. I'm full. I'm satisfied. I'm content. And so a lot of men walk around with deficit desires, and they wonder why they're tempted all the time, because you have a deficit in your companionship. You have a deficit in your peace. You have a peace deficit. You have a fulfillment deficit, like you're trying to fulfill something in your life and you're not getting it. You have a financial deficit, which is causing you stress. So you have these deficits, and you're trying to satisfy that desire with pornography. You're trying to escape. And that's the real issue here. And that's it. It's not that complicated. All right, rant number 2 is that, like, I see these guys online who are also, some of these guys being porn recovery coaches. You go on their YouTube page and their video says, we have the secret to how you're going to quit pornography, as if it's like some kind of magical solution. You got to like totally like transform your life. That's the magical solution. And they talk about the root cause method being this magical thing. It's like, no, if you change the root, the fruit is going to change in your life. So figure out what root of your unmet desire, your deficit desire, is causing the fruit of pornography to show up. It's that simple. And then after you do that, uninstall the old software in your mind, right? Your limiting beliefs, the beliefs that you have about yourself, about God, about sin, like about God. Like, some guys think, oh, God's upset at me. God is holding something back from me. And honestly, they feel that, and therefore they run away from God when they fail and sin. They don't really see him as a father, right? They see him more like a judge. So how do you view yourself? Do you feel like a failure and a loser? Are you not embracing your biblical identity? So these are the things that we need to discuss, and it's not some kind of secret. It's just in the Bible, and you got to really work hard to change your life. And then rhythms, like becoming the 10.0 version of yourself, like having good work-life balance. So anyways, there's no secret to this, guys. And for me, what I don't like is I feel like there's a lot of, and maybe I'm wrong, someone can correct me, but I feel there's a lot of these organizations, Christian ones, that talk about how to quit lust and, put blockers on your phone and get accountability. And it's like, look, if you have a burning issue in your life, you don't try to fix it by by putting a fire alarm inside of the burning building, right? You don't try to use a little squirt gun to try to figure out the burning fire, right? So it's like that's not going to help, and that's why you find a workaround around it. And that's why accountability doesn't work, because then you ask and people lie. So anyways, what I'm trying to say is we have a huge pandemic. We need to fix this. And this is just real talk. And I am reaching out to a bunch of people. Like today, I got to talk to Joshua Broom just via text. He was at the gym working out. And I said, dude, like, there needs to be more done about this. Like, this is this is too much of an issue where the church is too quiet about this. Solutions are given, but it's like read, pray, all that stuff. Well, yeah, guys are doing it. It's not working. Why do you think there's such a huge statistic of men struggling with this? But anyways, what I'm trying to say is there's hope. Okay, so hopefully this page is helping you on YouTube. If you want more help and you enjoyed my rant, I have a free Skool community. It's in the link in this video. You can go there. I'm not going to sell you on anything. It's free content there because I really want to help people. Want to give away everything for free, serve you. Right, got some root cause stuff there, mindset stuff. It's all the videos here on YouTube, but there's actually more there. I have some exclusive videos for my coaching program that I tossed in there. But here's the other thing though, right? It's like, men, we are so weird, right? Like our life is crumbling. We're living a double life. We don't feel like we are, words in our life are not balancing. And we just keep going because we're achievers and we're high achievers. And we're like, we're going to figure this out on my own. Well, look, did 5 years ago, was that when you said you're going to figure it out? Was it 10 years ago that you said, hey, I'm done with this, I'm going to figure it out? And it's been like years, it's been 20 years and you're still trying to figure it out. Like, why are men so quiet about this? I understand there's a shame factor, big shame factor, becoming found, right? So like I message you online, you're like, oh, do I text Dennis? Do I message him, right, on Instagram? Will my wife see that I downloaded a root cause identifier, porn root cause identifier? She's going to ask me, right? There's a fear of being exposed. But look, man, like the fear of being exposed is the fact that now you're uncovering you have an issue and you're letting it out in the open, and sin hates the light. So you're putting light on it and now you're taking action to change it. And that's worth more than anything. That's worth more for your kids to have a dad who's actually present, a dad who loves their mom unconditionally, and she is the only one that he thinks about. A dad who has integrity, who can actually tell his sons, hey, sons, this is how you treat women, and you don't objectify them. Like, it's all that stuff. And yeah, you know what? Maybe your wife is going to be really upset, right? Maybe your fiance is going to be really upset. But at the end of the day, if you don't deal with this now, you're going to find yourself like me, years into marriage and still struggling with it, and so much more on the line. So they want you to be there, open it up and bring it to the light, share with a friend, bring it to God, confess. So that's the end of my rant. I'm excited to serve men. The other question that I have for a lot of guys is like, are you yourself ready to change? Because it seems like, to me, guys are like, yeah, I want to change. I want to be different. I want to make an impact. But then they don't put their money where their mouth is. Not saying that you need to pay a ton of money to get help, but like, all the content's free. Like, I'm putting stuff out on YouTube. Take your phone, how to quit pornography, like ChatGPT. It'll give you a solution. Ask for it for a 90-day plan. It'll give it to you. But the reality is you're not going to take action on it, because you only take action on the things that you pay for with your time or your money. And so everything's free. It's all out there. The question is, why are you not having freedom? And it's because you're not that serious about it. And sometimes it takes, a decision, financial decision, to be able to actually say, you know what? I spent money on something. I'm going to show up to it. I'm actually going to read it. It's like, how many books are there? I'll give you some great books. And you can prove me wrong. Read all these books. Read The Death of Porn by Ray Ortlund. Read Finally Free by Heath Lambert. Let's see what else. Read Atomic Habits by James Clear. Read Man Talks by Connor Beaton. Read Fighting Shadows by Jeff Bethke and John Tyson. Do all that, and figure it out. But the reality is you're probably not. Okay, now I think this has gone too far, but I just was here on a Friday thinking about everything that happened this week. So it's kind of vlog style for me, but I want to just encourage you guys to just keep pressing on. If you need help, reach out to me. That's all I'm saying. Like, reach out, get some help. Stop hiding in the dark about this. It's not going to do good for anybody. And just want to share with you also, lastly, like, the gospel is powerful. The gospel is good news of fresh starts and new beginnings. So if you need like a fresh start, if you need a new beginning, that's what the gospel is there for, right? That's the beautiful thing. Every single day, every week, we need the gospel of fresh starts and new beginnings. And I want to say that's totally doable. Like that is the gospel good news. It's news. It's not advice. It's news. It's not dues, right? It's not do this, do that, but it's news. Something's been done on your behalf. So trust in Christ. So, all right. Have a good weekend, guys. I'm going to go enjoy some dinner with my fam. Peace.